Such precious time in this life. Well, everybody knows that it is better together. My heart is full with the
Pride flag means my entire life. I knew when I was 15 years old, and I came out in 1980, and I've been out ever since. And so the pride flag represents being who you are, feeling supported and loved for who you are, inclusivity, respect, and it's a signal to say in a small community like this, which is, I'm visiting, I don't live here, but in a small...
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Winnipeg, but I live in Toronto, and
Okay.
I know the people that are the founders of this first Pride. Anyway, so the Pride flag for me, it means for me a lifetime of being out, a lifetime of activism, a lifetime of doing the work to get us where we are now, and which I'm really proud of. Pride to me, the Pride flag means, if you look at all the different colors, is about how are we connected? What are the ways in which we're connected, not in the ways in which we're different. It's important to acknowledge our differences because, each of us have particular needs that need to be taken care of, and that's important. But also, what are the ways in which we're connected and that we can support each other and raise each other up, right? And that's why, the Pride flag is important not just during June, the month of June during Pride Month, but every day.
Yeah.
It really is. Because
we live in life, hanging on a sunny ray.
What was it like in 1980 versus what it's like now?
So I knew when I was a teenager in high school, and it was very lonely because I couldn't be who I was and I had to hide. And when everybody else was going to the prom and dating, I didn't. And I pretended that I was straight. But it was a lonely time. And then through the 80s, when I came out, there was early prides. There was, it was different. You were still felt afraid if you're on the street to hold your lover's hand, to kiss your partner the way everybody else in the world gets to do that, show their love, show their affection, and show their tenderness. We couldn't do that without feeling afraid.
Yeah, for sure.
And we just started to have our rights protected under laws. Throughout the 70s that started. 1977, it was Quebec that was the first province to protect us under the Human Rights Code, and then other provinces followed. You couldn't get married, you couldn't adopt children, and so it's changed so much. But what's really powerful and poignant and frightening is how quickly it can change back. And I think that that's what we have to be really aware of right now. Is we're here to celebrate and feel our joy, but there are still people in the world who want to take our rights away again.
For sure, yeah, absolutely.
And especially our trans brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
I sometimes feel like the gains that we've made all these years, we have to support our trans brothers and sisters because they're in some ways at the beginning of that fight.
Yeah.
Because I came out so long ago, it took me a long time as our gains and our rights got stronger and entrenched in law. It still took me a while to feel comfortable to hold my partner's hand on the street because
course.
I had this old.
You internalized the
feeling.
what other people were projecting on you, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
and because for so long I didn't feel that I could.
Yeah.
And then when I could, it was such a brand new feeling that I thought, wow, heterosexual people have been able to do this forever, and and just doing it naturally without you having to make it a statement. Like wasn't like making a statement and being prepared for some kind of like pushback versus just I feel like affectionate and I just want to hold your hand, So we can't ever take things for granted.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. Yeah, things can change on a dime, right?
On a dime, and don't pretend that what's happening in the U.S. can't happen here. We already know it is, and there's people who want that. And so that's why we need our allies, because when you're marginalized, you need to connect with other folks that are marginalized, and then together we figure out what do we have in common, and what are the ways in which we're bonded together, and that we become not marginalized. We become a more powerful force together.
Today was a good day. Feeling like how it is supposed to be. We living life, hanging on a sunny ray.
But we still have to kind of like, we're still looking over our shoulders a bit, and I hope that one day we don't have to do that.
Me too.